Welcome back to Floating, guys. We're going to talk about the off season, and we're going to begin with Damian Lillard. You can start us off.
Um, well, there's a lot to unpack here. I'm just gonna start with my favorite landing spots for Dame. I'm sure you've heard enough about the logic behind it or whatever, but I'm just gonna talk about my favorite landing spots. So obviously Miami's the lead contender, although it doesn't look like the package is amazing. Um, I still think you'll end up in Miami, whether it be like a 3-4 team deal. Someone will take on Hero for like a couple firsts or something. But I really like the fit in Boston. I know the Dame said he doesn't want to go to Boston, but I mean it's also a culture change because they just traded for Porzingis. They let Grant Williams go. And bringing in Dame is going to be straight offense.
I do think they're probably going to trade Porzingis so to get Dame. I don't think they're going to be able to keep Brown,
No,
Tatum, and Porzingis.
They'll trade Brown.
Yeah.
I don't think Portland would take Porzingis for Dame. I think they would want Brown. Anyway, we don't have to worry about the trade package quite yet, or we'll discuss in a minute. But yeah, I just Boston's main problem has been ball handlers and crunch time, and Dame solves both of those to almost the highest level. So I think it's a perfect fit. Obviously, he doesn't bring the same defensive intensity as like Marcus Smart or whatever. So it is a change in culture, but that seems like what Joe Mazzulla kind of wants. He wants to be more of an offensive guru opposed to Ime Udoka, who is defense.
My favorite landing spot for Dame, I have two. I like Philly in a sense of I think he'll fit in with their type of culture, but I think Philly is also similar with the Heat culture. So I think those are my two favorite, but I think the Heat would be better because of Jimmy. How Jimmy impacts the game, how Damian Lillard impacts the game, I think it would be really good. And with Bam as center, I don't know. I just think that trio would be really good because I think they would have to give away Tyler Hero, so Tyler Hero would not be there anymore.
Yeah.
But I think they'd have a nice three. And you really only need three to go to a championship and win it, as you saw. Actually, they only needed two, kind of.
No, they had a really good.
But the Heat have done it before.
A good supporting cast.
But the Heat have done it before. Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James. I'm not comparing them to that trio, but that's the best trio probably out there. But we've seen it done before. So
yeah, obviously the Heat fit is seamless. It just depends on if they could generate a package good enough.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue for them, and that's why it won't be a direct trade with Portland and Miami. There will be at least one or two teams in that trade.
Yeah.
Just to help give Portland what they need. But I could see Utah being a realistic option for Dame as well. I honestly don't know if the fit would be the best for Dame. I could see it working out really well. I just feel like Dame won't. He'll have to get used to the Utah fans and everything. But I could see that being a really good fit and a realistic fit just with everything Utah has.
Yeah.
They've got 15 picks in the next 5 years, 15 first round picks in the next 5 years. They've got young guys.
They went to college.
And then, right, you're probably looking at Kessler, Markin, and Dame as your big three. And I could see that being a really good big three if that does happen and Danny Ainge does end up pulling out a good trade package for Damian Lillard.
So I think it would have to be, in order for that trade to work, it would have to be generated around a lot of first round picks, which they obviously have. A lot of their rookies, Colin Sexton, because you don't want to, because that lineup as it is, it's kind of like, oh, that's probably like the fifth best team in the West, and you're going to need some things to break your way to make it far. But at the end of the day, it's a better situation than Portland. So if I'm Dame, He went to college there too. I think the fit works. It depends on how high level the fit can be, you know.
Yeah.
And if Larry Markin continues his play from last year, which I've no doubt he can, but I think they could be very dangerous. And Walker Kessler's going to take a jump. Possibly Akbaji if they keep him.
Yeah.
They will do. So.
He's showing good game yesterday in the summer in the they're playing in Salt Lake, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I could still be a good fit. And honestly, I keep forgetting they got John Collins too, so who knows what they'll end up doing with him too, right? I mean,
Yeah, maybe he'll be involved.
I kind of doubt it just because he's expensive, but he could be involved in that trade as well. But if not, too, I mean, he's explosive, which could help bring energy to the team as well.
I think Agbaji will also be very helpful. He's a pure shooter who can shoot really well from the 3-point line, and he's a good defensive player, which you could use a lot.
I think he would start over Clarkson. Clarkson would man the six.
Man, the six again, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it.
I don't know.
If that
Yeah, I think he'd be a really nice fit actually for the Jazz again.
I
think he fits in well with their system.
But Dame's agent at least has been calling teams saying, if you trade for Dame, you'll be traded for an unhappy player. And I'm guessing the Jazz would probably be one of those teams.
I think unless it's Miami, he'll be an unhappier player. I think there was a few teams that I might have heard that he's like, it's fine. Like I think he said he was fine going to the Spurs too. I don't.
Oh yeah,
I don't honestly see it happening.
Especially so they just brought in Reggie Bullock.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that took up some cap, or that could be used as a trade chip for a salary filler type situation. I don't know. So either means one of two things: that they're still in rebuilding mode, or that they're gearing up sizable contracts to put in Dame trade.
It's a good question. I don't know, but
for the Spurs, do you think that makes sense?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not necessarily against it. Obviously, Dame's a player. He is. I think it really would just depend on what we lose.
Well, so it's going to cost Kelvin Johnson
at least.
Well, I'm honestly planning to pick up.
Yeah, but I mean, it just depends on how much more. Is it going to cost Vassell too? Is it going to cost Sohan too?
That's true.
If it's just Keldon and a couple picks.
If it's like Keldon, Trey Jones, and like I don't know, some other like.
I'm like Sohan could play small forward. Collins plays center. Victor plays power forward, which I prefer more.
Some kind of combo in that area. Yeah.
Any more thoughts on potential Dame land spots?
No, I mean obviously, I know Philly is one of the top teams as of what they can offer.
Well,
in Maxey.
So Philly said that Maxey's absolutely untouchable.
I also heard
makes no sense.
The Sixers are looking.
I mean, it makes some sense though.
Not well to an extent. I agree that they shouldn't just trade him. But for Damian Lillard,
that's true. Especially if you're gonna lose Harden too, and then you have
because I don't see Maxey. Maybe he does. I don't see him ever getting to the Damian Lillard level. And Joel Embiid is 30. You gotta maximize Joel Embiid's prime. And then obviously Damian Lillard coming in, you gotta maximize his prime. And
his talent. You just
gotta maximize. And I think them together will be able to maximize each other. So I would trade Tyrese Maxey in this situation.
Yeah, but no, the other interesting thing too with the untouchable thing that you mentioned is I heard the Clippers said Terrence Mann is untouchable. That hit me as a surprising shocker.
They said he's untouchable in a James Harden trade.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, and I get because they're going to be losing a whole lot of defense.
Yeah,
okay. That makes more sense.
Because your starting lineup is what? Russ, Harden, PG, Kawhi, Zubac.
If that were to happen.
Yeah. Actually, that's pretty good defensively. And it still doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're
bench
be losing like Batum.
Yeah, you'd be losing bench players and
Morris,
their bench.
Yeah.
Their bench already the best defensively, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Rocco, but they don't even play anyways. So
he's old.
He plays really solid minutes every time.
That is like so freaking more. But
yeah.
But they don't want to. I don't think they want to ruin the depth of their team.
Yeah,
that
and
they
I
have
get
right
that
now.
because that depth was really
Yeah,
good.
it seems like
I
they're
guess.
not trying to.
It
mess
was just
around.
I mean, they were a
unfortunate.
healthy Kawhi Leonard away from probably beating.
They were a healthy Paul George or Kawhi Leonard away.
That's true. I mean, Paul George, they would have, I think, brought it to like 7-6 games.
They
But healthy
could
Kawhi, I
have
think
still.
they win.
Oh yeah, they could win it with healthy PG too. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Well,
mean, we saw with healthy PG, they went to the West.
Exactly. Well, think about it. If you would have had a healthy PG and you would have gotten past that round, Kawhi probably would have been ready some point in that next round to start playing again.
Yeah.
And then
know.
that changes the whole
You never know, man.
playoffs. But obviously, anything could.
Well,
happen.
so I think a healthy Clippers team is the second best team in the West. But does adding Harden elevate them?
No, I think it brings them
I
down.
don't think so, and that's why I kind of like what the Clippers mindset is right now with trying not to honestly do like anything. You have good roster.
You have two.
Well,
I
I
think
think
one of the most talented players, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, which is crazy, and you have such an insane depth in your team.
I think their mindset is though, what if Paul George gets
That's
hurt?
the only problem.
And bringing in James Harden is just another guy that can facilitate your offense.
Yeah, but I mean, you have Westbrook right now too, so Harden's not even like. I mean, he's better offensively, or at least in the past few years, he's proven and shown that he's better at scoring. But I mean, you still have Westbrook.
they have Plumlee.
He's great. You got Plumlee. You re-signed him for another year.
Magic.
So I honestly like what they have, but obviously the thing that they've been struggling with for the last 5 years now is Kawhi and PG being healthy, especially come playoff time.
Today's actually the 4-year anniversary of that trade.
Is it that long?
The most lopsided trade in NBA history.
Wow. And apparently Damian Lillard was interested in joining the Warriors before they got Chris Paul too. Which I honestly still don't even know how I feel about that trade though.
So the more I've thought about it, the more I like it.
Yeah,
I see why they do it though. It's true.
I mean, I think he just brings.
he just fits in, honestly.
Yeah, he brings variety.
He's good off the
Well,
ball.
it's not even
He's a
necessarily.
facilitator who will get Curry, Klay Thompson,
Well,
Andrew Wiggins open
And he's a
for when they
leader.
need. Yeah,
And he's a lot different than Jordan Poole.
yeah. Well, and the thing I like about it too is with all the young guys they have there too. I think he's going to be a really good
I wish they kept one
leader and teacher for them, especially like Draymond said for Jonathan Kuminga. He thinks he's going to be a whole new. He could be a whole new animal with Chris Paul there.
Well, you see what Steph said about CP coming? He said like they've had a big rivalry and stuff, but that was because it was Chris Paul was his mentor.
Yeah,
Steph's
that's what Chris
mentor.
Paul does. He's a mentor.
No, but he was like, Chris Paul's a winner and he's gonna bring winning mentality to our team, and we're gonna get
And
really
think about it, they
far
have Moses Moody at guard, and now they have Brandon Podziemski. You have Chris Paul and Curry teaching those guys. Dude, he's nice. He's nice.
You guys watched the mock draft episode. I'm very high on it. That being said, we talking about this?
We were horrible at our mock draft.
Well, yeah, that was horrible.
We're really bad at predicting.
we were
We
good.
had Cameron Ford going 5.
We have Victor.
Although a lot of
We have
We
Victor.
had our first one. I had my fourth pick accurate
Hey,
too.
but that Scoot Henderson pick by me is not too shabby right now.
What?
Especially because Brandon Miller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so let's
We
talk
were
about-
mainly picking based off just the talent. So maybe in 5 years when you look back at it, someone's gonna look at ours and be like, "Wow, they really knew their guys."
Yeah, we weren't thinking about the politics.
We weren't actually thinking about who's getting drafted by who. We were just thinking about who the best players available are.
I actually thought Brandon was gonna get drafted.
Wait,
You were drafting number 2, so I could
wait.
decide for you.
I like Scoot Henderson.
And I still think
I
that
like
would have been a
Scoot.
smarter. I mean, even a Hornets fans booed, so clearly they didn't like the pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't need a guard.
Yeah, but they need
Well,
talent.
I think he's gonna fit in well with LaMelo Ball.
and especially
Miles
yeah.
Bridges
No,
resigned.
so don't get us wrong. I think Brandon Miller is coming.
oh,
I think he could still be that Paul George type player, but just rough start.
he's not looking great, but it's just a summer league too.
Yeah.
He's gonna be with Miles Bridges, He resigned.
In many cases,
This team is kind of looking nice, guys.
Miles Bridges was nasty
We got
before
LaMelo.
his incident.
I don't know if Scary Terry's going to stick around.
yeah, you
I think
have.
he will.
So you lost Dennis Smith, and then you still have Terry Washington and
Hayward.
Kelly Oubre on free agency.
Hayward
looking
can be
to
on the
make-
team.
Is Hayward going to be on the team? That's a good question.
I think it'd be smart to keep him around.
That leadership,
Mhm.
that squad is
That's
very
squad.
troubled.
Yeah, it is.
But
That's just Charlie though.
Kai Jones, guys.
dude, Kai Jones looked good.
Mark Williams is still there.
Yeah, Nick Richards.
Is he playing somewhere?
I mean, it's not in Vegas yet, so
Yeah.
they'll probably play in Vegas.
Hopefully.
Most of the guys that have already
Oh,
played in the NBA and that got minutes, they're just gonna play Vegas.
Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray, 41 points with I think 3
All
or 4 blocks as well too. I mean, he's
I was discussing with Marvin yesterday. If he wasn't doing that in a summer league game, I'd be concerned. As a starting guy on a playoff team.
Well,
I wouldn't go that far though. Just
I'm not
because.
not concerned, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
No.
He should be doing
He's
that.
that good. I mean, I think Contavious Caldwell Pope, if he came into the summer league, he would drop 30 a game.
Oh yeah,
You know, but that's not taking anything.
that's
away
a
from
different
Keegan
story
Murray.
too. Just because he's more of a vet too, so obviously
Yeah.
has more experience.
But like
Keegan Murray though,
the
he's-
guys like Keegan Murray, Trey Mann, even
Oh yeah,
Champ Penny, he's doing amazing.
I'm like, if you put K in the summer league right now, he'd just kill.
I think he'd average 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
or at least he could if he really wanted
yeah.
to.
That's
J
the
Dub
thing.
had a good one game.
Yeah, he didn't play the last game.
Yeah.
He didn't even play.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
the thing. He should be.
Jake LaRabia had
Like,
a good game yesterday.
It shouldn't blow your mind that he had
And then-
41.
I mean, he won summer
Well, the-
league MVP last year, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, he won the league MVP.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
was he's still proven that he still got all that, which is really good for the Kings and Kings fans. I'm sure they're still super excited about that.
I'm like, you should put Scotty or Evan Mobley right now and do something. They're dropping 60.
I don't know about Scotty. He's got no bag.
And you can't with him in some league because too old.
No, Trey Manson is 30 years.
Oh, that's true.
I think it's just like
I
once it
think
gets to year
minutes,
3.
It has to. I think it has to do with minutes and playing time too.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, if
Yeah,
you're
'cause Trey Man-
you're a player, you
Trey
play
Man
5
kind of
games.
fell out of the rotation last year. I think he'll
Oh,
be right
right
back
too.
in.
He deserves it.
He's too talented.
Is Lindy Waters in the.
He's free agent.
Oh yeah, he got cut.
I would
Which is
like-
weird because I could have sworn like the day before I saw that the Thunder literally like said and were like re-signing him and then it's like, oh no, he's actually a free agent.
Yeah, maybe he wants to.
Opt out. Maybe try getting more minutes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's gonna be at the end of the.
He's a shooting talent.
And he has
Shooting
good
talent.
defense too.
Phoenix, I think he would fit in with Phoenix. Good defender, good shooter,
You know, I could see him with
relatively young.
the Clippers.
Clippers,
That
talking
is
about
true.
them.
He could.
I feel like the Clippers are the
really
type
fit
of
in
team
there.
to sign him and he would thrive with them.
Yeah.
With Paul George and Kawhi and them.
But speaking of the Suns, I've heard some rumors and I think it could be a really good move. They got Rajon Rondo.
Well,
Just get someone to
it was just
facilitate
like
the ball.
someone saying they should sign Ron.
Just get him. To
I don't think
facilitate
it'll
the ball.
happen. And I don't. Even
Well-
if they did get him, he wouldn't start. He would not get minutes.
I think 3 years ago that would have been a good idea.
Yeah,
At this point,
he kind of fell off already.
Oh, what was his last stint? Was that with Atlanta?
That's a good.
Wait, no. He got
Is it-
traded from
he-
Atlanta.
I thought he went back to Boston.
I can't even remember.
I think it was.
He was on the Lakers.
So his
Oh,
last
that's right,
stint
yeah.
was two
Lakers.
seasons ago.
Lakers.
Cleveland was his last team.
I
It was Lakers and Cleveland in the same season.
was that Darius Garland's breakup?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago.
Darius Garland.
So I'm saying Rajon Rondo. I feel like he could just be a good leader there too, but
Thing is, he wouldn't play.
they pick him up.
I think he deserves to have a coaching job. I think he coaches.
That's
at, like,
true, he
college.
could have been that.
I'm not quite sure.
I don't know what he's up to right now, to be honest.
He's
with you.
coaching AAU.
Mhm.
I mean,
Myself.
that yeah. But
The coach.
The coach.
the coach, the GM, the whatever you need him to be, he'll be it.
What glorious.
Eliminate.
Anyway,
All right, should move on.
Yeah, let's talk about. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about Keegan Murray. Let's talk about Spurs. Summer League team. I mean, we were talking about off camera, but Julian Champagny
Malachi.
Branham.
Blake Wesley.
Blake
good
Wesley.
numbers.
I'm looking for a while.
Dominic Barlow.
He had a good first game.
Our summer league team is gonna win the championship, man.
with Wendy.
Well, you see, this.
We're gonna get a championship this early.
First team to ever.
The thing that I kind of actually like about the Spurs having different players break out in games, because right now, right, we've had, I think it was what, Champagny and
They
Barlow,
showed-
the first game almost both had 30.
It shows all the potential that
Exactly.
every
Last
player
game, Braden
has.
had 30, and I forgot who else. Someone had 26. Which exactly, I like the potential that it shows that they're all capable of dropping 20, 30 points. I know it's summer league, but it shows that they can play aggressive and they can knock down shots and get points.
Champagne and Barlow had a really good end of the year.
Yeah,
And it's just cool to see that they're carrying it over, even if it is summer league. I mean, I think he deserves starting minutes, or not starting minutes, rotation minutes.
yeah.
And he's just back in his play. All right, he's back in his
Cities.
contract.
So I'm freaking how he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't play last game.
No,
I
he
think he
played.
played, but I didn't see much of that.
He just seems like he's not really trying that hard
City
either.
Sissoko played 23 minutes. He was 0 for 4 field goals.
Yeah.
He had
Speaking
one
of Spurs, they play the Lakers and Jalen
Hood-Schifino, yeah. I saw
Hey,
that.
he is so smooth.
Yeah,
I
he's
saw
gonna,
that.
he's gonna be. Yeah,
You know,
What's with Max Christie, man?
Max
He
Christie.
shouldn't be on. He was 7 for 13 field goals, 4 for 5 threes.
What if he averages 21? Or I think in his last one.
Yeah, I mean that's no, but I think the biggest thing with the summer league that why people have bad predictions on them, but like how good they're gonna be after is you can't look at just the stats for summer league. You have to actually look at the way they're playing, because like Sissoko, right? For example, I watched him a little bit, so I can't say completely, but he seems more of like a player, especially right now in the summer league, who's not necessarily not all his stuff's gonna show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
Because he's more of, just a hustle player. He'll do what he needs to, but it doesn't mean it shows up on stat.
And he's smart. He makes
Exactly.
the good second pass, makes the good hockey.
And you can tell, I mean, if you're playing, what, 23, 24 minutes, right? You're shooting 4 shots. You didn't make any of them. He's not looking for a shot right now either.
And he won't have to early at least.
Oh, no.
I mean, he's out there for one role only. And I think
he's doing good at what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I see him being better, and I hope he does better. Just stats and everything as well. But right now, I mean, he's doing what he needs to do. So I wouldn't. But that's the thing with summer league. You can't always look at the stats, because even Podziemski at first, he was making nice plays and everything, but he didn't even have very many good stats like the first half or anything. Just because he can't get the assist because your other guys aren't scoring
His
it.
shots are terrible though.
Yeah, he had some weird shots, but I mean, he's young. I think.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna be the number one option.
No,
So
definitely
those bad shots will go down. What's his face
what
on the Warriors?
Bilo Koulibaly?
On the Warriors?
Oh, the Warriors. I don't know. I thought I heard Wizards.
It's like starts with a K.
Oh, Quinones.
Yes, dude.
Lester Quinones.
He's good.
Yeah, he's been really good.
I think he was on the summer league team last year.
Yeah, it's like I know I've heard his name before.
Yeah, but this year he's been really good. I mean, obviously it's summer league, but from what I've seen, he deserves the training camp spot.
Yeah, at least. But that's always the interesting thing with summer league. I mean, that's really where you have the chance as an undrafted player or whatever, right, to try to make somewhat of a name for yourself and just keep growing and going up from there. So that's awesome to see sometimes.
Yeah.
For sure. Another summer league team, OKC. Obviously, J-Dub had a good first game. Trey Man's been amazing. Chet's been super rusty, but defenses look good.
Usman Jang, he actually didn't do that.
Usman
bad.
Jang was nice.
First game,
He started bad yet last game
Yeah, but he
too,
picked
but
it up.
he picked it up second half.
I liked how he played though.
I just have a hard time figuring out where he fits in OKC's rotation.
Well, that's the problem is he hasn't proven consistency enough in anything to really get good rotation minutes.
How he plays, he needs the right coach. I don't think the OKC coach, right? I think you need a Steve Kerr or Mike Brown, a Warriors type coach.
Well, you need a coach that, yeah, like a tough-minded coach. I don't know. He is
Greg
solid.
Popovich.
Greg Popovich. I mean,
He'll get on. For that.
when he goes up to the rim, he kind of shrink up a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he started slamming it a little later in the game, which I like to see. But in general, when you watch him, he's super timid.
Oh yeah, and I feel like he's always been like that, and that's what one thing that just doesn't help your game because, especially in the NBA, right? You're not gonna
Yeah.
help yourself in any way if you're gonna make yourself look small, make yourself look weak.
And Thunder fans love to talk about like, oh, his height and everything. That height doesn't matter
If you're shrinking yourself.
So yeah.
You need Coach K.
Coach
Coach K would definitely fix him right away.
Coach K. He's retired, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're retired.
Is he just done with coaching?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, he's.
Oh no, he accepted a role in the NBA. Like he's like assistant commissioner.
Oh.
Something like that.
Yeah,
But
but
I think he's done
but-
coaching. But so yeah, I don't see him carving out rotation to OKC next year.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, for a second.
'Cause I think he is good.
well, at least not in the beginning. I could see him carving one out late, like
Yeah, with
throughout the season. I see hopefully strides in OKC blue and stuff.
Yeah.
And those kind of, I could see him totally going back and forth throughout the whole season. And hopefully at some point he hits that switch and he's like, okay.
I mean, in terms of the forwards on the roster, you got obviously Jada, Dort, Poku, Kenrich Williams,
Jay Will's been nice.
Jay Will
too. He's
Jay Will is smooth with it.
Yeah, I think Jay Will. He's kind of like the perfect role player. Or
Yeah.
not perfect, but he's the role player that you want on your team.
The thing is, you got the OKC Thunder played him at center, and I just don't think it's a spot.
Yeah.
In the
When he
NBA.
played alongside Chet, I loved it.
it
Yeah.
was so nice. It looked
And you could
good.
tell their chemistry. Like after the game when they were getting interviewed, they had chemistry. Trey Mann, Chet Holmgren, Jay Will, and
J Dub.
it's J Dub. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
The
they,
reporter
they have
called
chemistry.
Jalen Williams, the Jalen Williams, and trying to Jalen Williams.
Yeah, but that's fun. There's
The Jazz.
the Jazz. They haven't even played two of their rookies yet.
They played Keontae George.
Yeah, but they didn't
George
play the
did
two
one.
rookies. They
Keontae
haven't-
George has been nice.
Yeah, he's been nice.
I didn't watch the game too, so.
He was 5 for 10 field goals, 3 for 5 threes.
Okay.
He had 3 rebounds and 4 assists. He was the higher. No, he was
Yeah,
not.
his
He's second.
passing what stood out to me the most. The
Yeah.
time I watched.
Yeah.
And defensively, he got nothing on the defensive side.
Yeah, but
That's
I can't wait to see Taylor Hendricks play in Vegas.
I'm so disappointed that he's not gonna be starting next year.
Yeah, I know.
I-
That's why I mean I already don't really care for Collins much either, but like just knowing that it's gonna take Hendricks' spot too, I was like.
I mean, but maybe Collins revitalized his career. I mean, he was a 2010 guy like 2 years ago, and then
It's true, and I mean he got a big contract for a reason. You didn't get it just because they had the money and wanted to give it to him.
ever since the bag. No,
The
but-
back, or at least, I mean, that's really where what can separate those players too,
Yeah.
right? Is if you're getting money and then you're like, oh, okay, I don't need to try. I'm not like you don't do it as well. Clearly,
Yeah.
it's not.
And I don't know if that's what happened to Collins, but
No, I mean, obviously, it could be a number of things, but it just looks that way considering the time and everything. Which brings me to Austin Reeves' contracts.
deal.
Wow, I was surprised. But hey, he really meant what he said during the season too. When he said, "No, I want to stay in LA. I want to play here." He said it again after he resigned. He said like Laker for life or something like that. I mean, he clearly really does want to stay there.
I feel like as soon as LeBron leaves, he's not going to care for the Lakers.
It could be LeBron, but either way, I mean, at least
Which I don't blame him.
I don't either. I mean, LeBron is crazy, but at least I just like that he stuck to his word. Unlike Kyrie, where he's like, "Yeah, guys, I'm going to resign and everything." And
Well, Kyrie did resign.
Yeah, but he's done that what 3 times at least, where he told everyone he's resigning and everything. And he just leaves.
Where are we talking
No.
about?
He said it like differently. Like
Like Murray is making more annually than Austin Reeves.
I know. I
I
mean,
would never guess that.
you know who else is making more money than Austin Reeves?
from
Dylan Brooks, by a lot. You know who's making Jack Squat,
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. I think biggest pay cut in NBA history. Which I mean, he's getting what 4.4 million.
Yeah.
No, not even 3.
No. Yeah, it was like 3.
Because he's getting 7.8 a year, or for 2 years.
Yeah, I think it was like 3.
So 3.9 a year
But
for Westbrook. That's a steal.
well, yeah, but Westbrook could have gotten more.
No, he could have.
He took some
one of
pay
those guys.
cuts, you know, which I love.
Yeah, I loved him there.
But yeah, let's talk about the Rockets moves then. Well, so
Oh boy.
We haven't seen him in or Cam Whitmore yet, but
so initially I hated the moves, and I still kind of do.
I
Um,
do.
I definitely do.
They
So
drafted
I'm
him.
less concerned about the price at this point. Just because all their guys are young, so they're not gonna have to pay out any of those guys.
Yeah, but
All
still,
their
there's no
contract will be
need
up.
to. If you're gonna have that money and try to get someone good, you might as
Yeah.
well get someone good.
Well, so it limits them to make moves
Yeah.
for
Future.
other limits,
You
and
know.
then Thompson and Cam Whitmore
Well,
for
so-
the minutes.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
they have to
because-
pay someone, so I'm not mad that they.
You don't have to. I mean, there's plenty of
I
teams
think
that just
you-
have money because they don't
I-
have anyone
I
to
think
pay.
they could like spend a certain amount of it, and since all their guys are on rookie deals, they had like tons of money.
And I guess they trade KJ too, which I actually like KJ and Clippers, so I think that could be really good too.
Yeah, that made no sense.
Yeah, well, they didn't even get it. It was like that's the thing.
Well,
too. The Rockets made. I mean, I think there's probably a reason for it, but it just looks so dumb because the Rockets. I feel like they traded at least like 3 or 4 guys for like almost nothing back.
Well, so here's what I hate about what the Rockets did. I don't mind them spending the money. I just hate the players they spent it on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet.
He's getting more. He's making more money than he shot field goal percentage
Yeah.
last season. I mean, that's just absurd.
I wish they got like a playmate first guard. I mean, so Fred VanVleet is kind of a shot chucker,
Yeah,
kind
he
of the
definitely,
Jalen
or at least he
Green
can be.
kind of the KPJ mold. KPJ less so, but he's like it's not exactly the seamless fit that I wanted for.
And
like,
he's
when you're
not,
bringing in a point guard, I was kind of wanting like a playmate, a
Which
guy
he
that
can
is
do.
willing to playmate
which he can do. I mean, he's proven that he can do
But,
that.
like,
but he doesn't
as a
prefer that.
priority.
And it's not like he's that vet for them either. That's gonna
He's
slow their role and bring them leadership in that
he
way.
kind
I
of
think
thinks
in a
he's
sense.
Steph Curry. He just like chucks his shots,
Well, he
crazy shots,
has
and thinks he'll go.
he
in,
has the utmost confidence.
which can be good, but you also got to know where your place is at.
Oh well, now
Okay.
he's top of the food chain.
Yeah, now he's gonna chuck up even more shots.
Yeah, I like to see Siakam stop him last time, but yeah. So I just don't love the Fred VanVleet fit necessarily. I wanted them to get a point guard, but not to Fred VanVleet's caliber or pay grade or
Yeah.
style.
Well, his realistic pay grade would have been fine, but
Yeah. I mean, still, even then, I don't like.
no, it's not. That
And then they brought in Dylan Brooks, which I don't hate, because Dylan Brooks is a good defender. He's vocal. He has some maturing to do. Same with the rest of the Rockets roster. But at the end of the day, I don't mind them grabbing Dylan Brooks for $20 million. It's kind of egregious, but it's fine.
They just like spending money.
Yeah, they really do.
And then thirdly, they looked like they were going to sign Brook Lopez. That one makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would you sign a player to replace your best player?
Well,
Alfred Şengün was your best player last year, and you were
I
going to
think
sign a player
defensively-
that's 35 years old to replace your best player. I know, but like you're trying to rebuild.
Yeah. No, I
or
understand
you're
your
trying to
point.
speed up the rebuild, but with Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, and Brook Lopez, who's 35,
I think
instead of Alfred Şengün.
I understand both sides because Alfred Şengün would learn timing, because I think Brook Lopez is one of the best time blockers out there.
No, yeah, he's
Knowing where to
phenomenal.
place that when you need to help out and stuff. I think Alfred Şengün could learn a lot from that. But roster minutes, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you're not
the
going to
thing,
push
it's just so hard to place
Şengün to
it.
the bench, or you shouldn't at least.
It's hard to place them in the right spot for that.
Yeah.
I like the sound of it, but it just doesn't work. It's just harder to work with
Yeah.
in that case.
And And then obviously you drafted Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore.
Who I'm really excited for.
But Cam Whitmore is going to be
Really good, I think.
yeah, but he's also going to be
How do you guys feel about Amen Thompson starting the power forward?
power forward.
What?
I saw
Well, I mean,
starting lineup for the Rockets, and it was Fred, Green, I think, Brooks, Amen, and then Şengün. That's why I was asking. I was curious. What
Well,
you guys
so I don't mind like in lineups. I mean, because it's positionless at the end of the day.
think? Yeah.
But he's too thin to guard the four
Yeah.
at this point. And
Which I mean, maybe they want to play Brooks on that.
He
but
can play
he's
small
not.
forward, but power forward is
Power
it's
forward's a
just
stretch.
pushing it.
It's a stretch.
I would start him over Jalen Green.
Or Brooks. I mean, I guess Brooks.
I mean, Jalen Green, maybe he makes the leap this year, but from what I've seen, he's not.
I would say kind
player
of just
that I'm
like
starting.
kind of switch up your lineups. This is the time to test out your lineup.
I mean, Ime Udoka is really good coach, so he's gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
But
he just had a weird incident in Boston, so
Yeah, that's true.
Jalen
yeah.
Green's been up to some weird stuff.
Yeah. No, and then free agency though, the Lakers made some really good moves. Signed Vincent, Prince,
Cam Reddish, baby.
Reddish.
Jackson Hayes.
That was,
yeah,
I think, a
Jackson
really
Hayes.
good sign, Jackson Hayes.
Yeah.
I think
Re-signed Hachimura.
his play style is honestly pretty similar to AD's.
I think it's similar to Dwight Howard's in a sense. Like when he was here,
Yeah.
or not here in LA. And he's just gonna be that backup big that
He was
can shot
attacking.
block,
He would
that can
attack.
finish at the rim. And Jackson Hayes is better than Dwight Howard was. I think. Offensively at least.
Yeah.
But
Defensively, I think he can learn those a lot from AD.
But at the end of the day, so I think the Lakers had a good offseason. I don't think they closed the gap too much with Denver. I mean Denver did get worse. They lost first round
round.
to Jeff Green. But assuming they pick it up or Christian Brown makes that jump.
And they got three rookies.
Christian
in
Brown
there,
is gonna make
too,
that big jump, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. But I mean they don't have to yet. But the Lakers, they need one more move to put themselves over or even at Denver's level. I mean, because they just got swept, all right, I know it's a close sweep, but they got swept. They gotta.
But against championship team, that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what they aspire to be. So I think they need one more move, and I think they will make one more move.
I think they need to make a big move.
Yeah, I mean maybe not a big, like in terms of another superstar, but another really
good role player
Yeah.
instead of like Jackson Hayes, not that type role.
like an Aaron Gordon type. I mean, you're not getting Aaron.
Well, they got Gabe Vincent. I thought was
Jeremy
really smart.
Grant. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I just
too expensive and
he
too late.
is super expensive, but
he would fit honestly perfectly.
Yeah, I mean they could potentially look at a replacement defensive guard as well.
I think the Nuggets team is honestly really funny. Parade, Mike Malone and Bruce Brown are having a heck of a time. They're like, we're running this thing back.
This is true. And then
Bruce Brown is not leaving. And he was like talking to fans. Bruce Brown was like, am I leaving? Then all of a sudden he's like, that's why I'm staying here. Sign away. Yeah.
Pacers.
And then you have Jokic on the other side, who's just like, I don't really care to go to the parade, but then I mean he ended up loving it anyways, which makes sense.
Well, he
but,
got a hang. But
he was also ready to go home and see the horses again.
Yeah, that Bruce Brown contract.
Especially for the Pacers too.
Yeah, I love the
I mean, they still have Buddy right now too. I wonder if that
I think Buddy.
pushes Buddy to get traded more.
I think Buddy's gonna get traded.
Bruce Brown can play shooting guard.
I know, but you want
True.
Who's shooting guard?
Nemhard
or Mather.
or Mather. You can trade him this year too. That's true.
Yeah, I think you
I
want
forgot about him.
Well, so that's why I think you trade Buddy.
Unfortunately,
And I mean, I heard
Extended man.
there were rumors
Lakers.
about it too. For
if they get Buddy Hield, they'll have a pure shooter. They
That's
need that.
true.
Let's see. Who would they trade for Buddy?
They can trade Jackson Hayes,
The Pacers. I don't want Jackson Hayes for Buddy.
Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent.
I don't know if the Lakers would. I think like
I don't think
maybe like a 3-team type deal.
Maybe like picks.
Probably.
D'Lo somewhere.
that's true.
First to Indy, Buddy to
D-Lo. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know. I noticed that, as
Okay.
I said. Because they have Jalen Hutchifino, who I like a lot.
That's
Who
true.
I think could be really good.
yeah.
Get him minutes.
I mean, all in all, the Lakers had a good offseason. They haven't closed the gap to me yet.
I think shooting is their main issue.
Yeah,
Because Gabe Vincent doesn't really close it. He closes more, but he doesn't finish that.
He
guy.
doesn't consistently.
He's not consistent with it.
I mean, we saw in the finals, like one game I think it was game 2, the game they won,
He was insane.
Yeah.
and then he was kind
He
of.
is an impact though. He's a big impact.
I think when D'Lo is struggling to stay on the floor, in terms of defensively
Oh.
and
yeah.
offensively.
I mean, both ways.
Yeah.
Gabe Vincent's
Vince
a
will
good
be the perfect
replacement.
backup,
Yeah. And then Hutchifino.
If Hutchifino can develop,
He's honestly like a D-Lo.
yeah,
Kind of like a D-Lo.
yeah, he's kind of similar.
Probably a better defensive player, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's in the next one.
And D'Lo's really not nothing on. I mean,
He's not horrible on defense.
He's pretty bad.
I don't even know how to explain it.
he's not.
I think he just thinks he has like help side all the time, and he kind of just focuses offensively. Because like on
Therefore,
old
his
Lakers,
defense-
he was a good defensive player. And in Brooklyn, he kind of changed because he had to take over. That's kind of since he
I
lost
miss Brooklyn
defense.
D'Lo, yeah.
That was the nastiest D'Lo out there. One of the nastiest players out there.
He's an all-star.
Yeah. That was nice.
That's when they had Dinwiddie too. Yeah, he's
That's a
back.
fun team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny too because of Gabe Vincent signing and being a good pickup. His partner in crime, or whatever you want to call him, Max Strus, got signed by the Cavaliers.
I love that.
Who I know this guy right here is really happy about.
No, I love Cavs offseason.
I like Nian.
George
That was a
Niang,
good pickup. I
that
thought
was
that was a
good.
really good pickup.
Max Strus at times. You're really good.
He can be.
And the
That's
playoffs.
the problem.
But
Can
he-
be.
Well, so I'm actually happy about it because he won't get very many minutes. But when he goes in, I hope
He
he's
might
gonna
start.
I think he's expected to start over
I think he
Okoro
might start. Unless Okoro makes the league.
on offense.
Yeah.
But
If Okoro can become like a
Okoro's
38%
not.
shooter, he'll start. He can start on basically everything. Because he's that good defensively. But yeah, I think Max Strus will probably start. But all in all, I like what the Cavs did. It still worries me.
they got rid of Chetty and Stevens too. I think Spurs actually got both of them, right?
Stevens. I know they got
I
Stevens.
think they got Chetty.
They
Yeah,
didn't
they-
get Chetty. I know they got Stevens. I
What the heck
couldn't
is that?
remember where
I
Chetty.
actually like that pickup for the Spurs. Lamar Stevens.
Yeah, that was a good pickup too.
I
Actually.
just love the Spurs
Attacking.
offense. I mean, obviously, Wembanyama next year not winning, but
Yeah. I mean, that just.
I think they're just getting underrated guys.
Yeah, you know, Spurs.
I kind of like that. Get another pure shooter. We kind of need some shooters.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's a good pickup too.
flip him at the deadline. So I don't know.
Maybe.
We
But
have what?
that's a pretty
Devin
good
Vassell
sign.
was not very good. Consistent from the three. Doug McDermott.
Doug McDermott, I think, is a trade candidate.
Yeah, that's what.
But like, who else? Victor, I guess, would be maybe a good 3-point. I don't know, really. Just
Well, so all his
Supposed to
3-point
be.
shots at Metropolitans were pretty much self-created. Which I don't think he'll have to do as much.
It's true.
You know, he's got
Just knowing San
He's got-
Antonio basketball.
he's got Trey Jones.
But that just tells you-
and then the ball movement is
we
impactful.
just don't have very many shooters on our team, and I think.
I think Devin
Yeah,
Vassell will
that.
make the leap
Yeah,
like a 40%. I
I'm
mean, Keldon
excited.
Johnson a year ago was really good.
I'm excited for Vassell. I think he might have a breakout season.
Saw him at a UTSA game.
I think Devin Vassell will have a breakout.
Did he look different? Did he look like he could play really well this year?
Yeah,
Okay.
he looked locked in.
He looked locked in, bro. At the UTSA.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even responding to me. He was zoned in. You know, it's awesome. But
I think he's gonna have a breakout season.
I think he could. I mean, he kind of had one last year. I mean, he averaged what 20. Did he lead in scoring? Was that Keldon?
It's probably. Keldon, at least statistically, just because he played more games, so Vassell can't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? But I know they both had actually really good games when they played.
Every time I went to see Vassell, or the Spurs, so
Vassell averaged 22, or not Vassell, Johnson. So averaged 18 and a half. So no, he was not the leading scorer.
yes. Close. Ish.
Could be closer.
All right. Speaking of breakout years, I want to move on to our breakout candidates.
We mentioned Christian Brown already. I think he will be one of them.
Yeah. So we'll just go down the line, mention one player we each think could break out until out players.
So players.
All right.
Breakout season.
We'll start with Marvin.
I could see Schroeder having one. If he keeps the role that he is projected to have right now in Toronto as a starter, I think he could have a really good season this year. I mean, I don't know if would necessarily count as a breakout. I mean, he's proven that he's a good player. But I could see him getting plenty of assists and points and having a better than expected season.
Yeah. Get back to the 6 man of the year for Schroeder.
But as a starter.
You think he starts? Yeah, he probably.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If they keep what they have right now, I think so. I mean, they might look some more guards or whatever. But right now, right now he's one of the only guards they have with Trent and Marquise Noel, depending on if he plays.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Marquise Noel.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he gets minutes, and right now
He's a baller.
with the little point guards they have, he deserves it. He's a baller. Might as well give him a chance.
I
thought we were going down the line.
I can think of one. I'm kind of blanking on a lot of NBA players in general. J. Will. I think he's just gonna be really nice
Wow.
with the OKC Thunder again.
Breakout.
yeah, I think he could steal a starting spot from Lou Dort. That is move Chet to the 4, move Jade up to the 3.
Which will be a big lineup.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be,
Rebounding should not be a problem then.
no, yeah. I mean, that was a big problem last year for the Thunder. But Jay Will kind of reminds me of Al Horford. Good 3-point shooter, solid defender. Led the league in charges last year. Charges taken. Yeah.
He did a lot of charges this first summer league game.
I know. He took like 3 or 4.
Yeah. They were talking about it in an interview.
And he got 2 blocks, which you don't normally see Jay Will get.
well, he got I think 1 last game too, right?
I think he got 2 last game.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Or are you talking last?
No. Well,
Yeah, he got 2
those
last.
two.
The game before that, I think he won. But
I see improvement in him. I see the potential that he has.
for sure, yeah. I mean,
He was really nice on Arkansas.
I love him in ours. He outplayed Chet, and when they beat him, in the Sweet 16.
That's
Mhm.
something right there.
That is something.
He was killer against Chet.
He was killer that whole tournament, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my team.
Mhm.
I mean, I'll go with the obvious one, Jordan Poole. I think he'll lead the league in scoring, or at least shot attempts.
Oh, okay. I mean,
if he can get back to the playoff Jordan Poole,
I don't
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I do not see him leading the
This
league.
past season.
Okay.
I mean, he's gonna have the green light all he wants.
Oh yeah.
If he makes a lead, he's growing up to be.
He's gotta be consistent. That's also an issue.
Yes,
Consistency.
I think he could lead the league in scoring. They're not gonna be good. They're not gonna.
No, they're not
that
gonna
means
be
you
good.
gotta average about 32 plus points per game.
More.
Yeah.
I mean, the scoring these days.
Yeah, it's going up.
But I think there was 6 players scoring 30.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's yeah.
LeBron.
LeBron,
At
Luka,
the age of
Joel.
38, man.
I think it was LeBron, Luka, Joel, Giannis, Shea, and Tatum.
Yeah. Something
Oh
like
wait,
that.
Dame did too.
Yeah, 2 days.
That's 7 guys. It's crazy.
Oh, that's insane.
The Devin Booker.
No, I think he was 29.3.
Let's go check the actual stats.
I might be completely off though.
Okay, so this isn't. So we have Embiid, Luka, Giannis, Dame, Shea,
Okay.
and Tatum.
Kevin Durant. You just missed him.
It's 29.1, bro.
Wait, what are these?
Oh, it's not in order. I thought it was ordered
Yeah, I
by
was like-
points.
It's ordered. That's why.
Steph was really close, 29.4.
Yeah, Steph was 29.4 and your KD 29.1.
Where's D-Book? Devin Booker, 27.8. I thought
Yeah,
it
you were even close.
was pretty close.
Um,
Fraud? How am I
yeah, you're a
fraud?
fraud.
All right, Marvin, your turn.
My turn again. Okay.
Oh,
Who could have a breakout year? Caleb Martin could have a breakout year.
interesting. Plays like conference finals, Caleb Martin.
Yeah.
I mean,
You should want to play like finals, Caleb.
he'll probably start considering Max Struz left.
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, he already started games last year too.
Yeah,
I would be
Mhm.
surprised if he falls out of the starting lineup.
yeah. I mean, and I say now Dane too.
That'd be crazy.
That Heat team's gonna be good.
That would be crazy.
All right, you're up again.
Just, I'm gonna say two because my first person I don't think is really a breakout. I think it's just
Yeah, an improvement.
I think he should improve insane amount.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram, I think will go off. I think he'll be a top 10 MVP candidate. I think he's just gonna take over. If he can stay healthy, of course. But my breakout player, Kate Cunningham,
Another good one.
he's really nice.
Oh,
I mean, as long as like also with Brandon Ingram, as long as he stays healthy,
Yeah,
I think Pistons could
he's
be.
just healthy, man. Why can't everyone just stay healthy?
come on, guys, it's not that hard. Just eat right, okay? Not that
But
hard.
Brandon Ingram. Speaking of Brandon Ingram, the way if he plays like the way he ended the season, I mean, if he averages what, if he averaged like 8 assists and like the last like.
Which he
game,
totally could, yeah.
That'd be fun to watch.
That would be
Especially if Zion's back. Pelicans team could be good.
Oh yeah, they would be real.
Yeah,
He averaged 27.5.
the last 20.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he averaged 27.5, 7.3 assists, and 6 rebounds.
That's crazy, guys.
Yeah,
I mean, the Pelicans
Very good.
are one of the biggest, or maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest what ifs in recent NBA history. If Zion stays healthy.
well, them and the Clippers because they'll.
Well, yeah, and the Nets. To an
That,
extent.
then that's for just a different story,
Yeah.
okay?
But the Pelicans were like what? They were the 1-2 seed for much of the season, and then Zion goes down, they fall apart. But if Zion can play like 60 games.
Well, I just want him to play playoffs, at least.
Yeah, he's never played in the playoffs.
If Zion can just play games, like you're expecting a lot out of him. 60, just have him play 10. Okay, like no, but realistically, at least have him play half the season. I mean,
I want him
Have
to
them
play
ready
second
by
half.
the playoffs, or
Yeah,
if
second half.
assuming they make the playoffs.
I
But
think they will, even without Zion.
they definitely can. I mean, it's so competitive now, though. That's the only problem.
yeah, no, I mean, I've no doubt they're gonna be good teams.
Like
Like
I
there's
said,
like 11 good
It's
teams.
competitive in
Like
both
I said,
conferences.
Brandon Ingram taking over. CJ McCollum is going to be a great role side
Brandon
player
Ingram-
for Brandon Ingram.
I still think they need a point guard.
I do too.
Yeah, Brandon
I
Ingram's
agree.
gonna have to take that role, though. I think.
Dude, imagine Dennis Schroeder going to the Pelicans.
That
And
would be
getting
nice.
McCollum at shooting guard.
Maybe Dyson Daniels makes the league.
I forgot about Daniels, dude.
He's nice. If
He
he's
had
open gym.
he had really nice minutes.
When he goes to open gyms, I watch the little open gym. He's really nice. Like he can take over.
I mean,
You
even
just
when he
gotta make that
played,
leap
he
into the
had.
NBA now and not just open gym with the other NBA
Yeah.
top players.
Yeah. All right. My next breakout candidate is kind of a weird one. It's Trae Young. I mean, obviously he's had 30 points.
Can he break out still?
I think he can.
I think
but-
it's like a Brandon Ingram type. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
improve.
He's going to take the next step. You know, he's had the 30.10 assist season, but I think he'll take the step where he is,
35 and 15.
no, like 30 points on like 48% field, 40%.
So you think he'll improve his shooting?
Yeah, and I think in terms of the team, I think will be good, especially if they add Pascal Siakam, like they've been rumored to. I think the team in general will be much improved. we saw glimpses in the playoffs. Trae Young was really good. I was late in the playoffs. I mean, late in their first round series.
Mhm.
But yeah. I mean, they took the Celtics to 6. I don't know. I think Trae Young's going to take the lead to superstar.
Okay. It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, on it's kind of same too, but LaMelo Ball hits me as
Well, I was just
someone
thinking of it right now.
who, especially, I mean, obviously,
Another health issue.
health,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
If he's healthy, he's dropping a double on average. I think so.
Oh, I thought you said that's what he was doing. I was like,
No,
"Did
I'm
ever
saying he
double
will.
double?"
I think he will,
Yeah. Oh, that's completely fine.
and I think it'll be at close to 20 points at least. So I think he could have a really
I mean,
great
and
season.
then Bridges back. He's gonna have
Hopefully he's
Lillard.
twisted his ankle enough to where like it just can't get twisted anymore.
Eventually, it's just the twisting you gotta stop.
Just stop twisting it, man.
My breakout player, and I don't think it should surprise really anyone. Keegan Murray.
I was literally about to say that actually before you said it. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, Keegan Murray.
He's just Keegan Murray.
Like we said, I mean he's scoring 40 in the
He's just
summer
got a
league,
rebound, man.
Lights out shooter.
He got a lot
And
of
the one
rebound.
promising thing too, right? I mean, it's summer league, but I mean, if you're getting 3-4 blocks and a steal in the summer league, I mean, that shows that you can play defense.
Well, I mean, and he's incredibly long.
Oh yeah, he's
And,
long, but just during his first season, he
Honestly,
barely had
his
defense.
only issue on the court is rebounding. He needs to learn how to freaking
And
rebound.
timid.
Timid defense,
Timidness.
especially on defense, but even offense.
But took like no shots in
Yeah.
the playoff. You know.
Oh yeah, for like the first round.
I think the next step for him is to become a
Confident.
shot looker. He looks for a shot, you know.
You keep making up phrases, you know.
Like a Blake Griffin. Creates his own shots. Fine,
Oh,
Blake.
Yeah. That was a weird comparison, but I get what you were saying.
I couldn't think of any other power
Yeah.
forwards.
Yeah, but like he finally starts creating his own shot. Soft rely on De'Aaron Fox. I shouldn't say finally. He's only been in the league 1 year, but in general, though, another loser for me in the offseason was Sacramento. They had a ton of cap space.
Gosh, dude,
And
that was,
re-signed Barnes.
it was
And they just re-signed
disappointing.
their guys.
And they
was
lost
hoping-
Metu. They lost Metu and Barnes.
I was hoping they'd go after.
Or not Barnes. Why did I say Barnes? I meant Holmes.
I
They
was really
re-signed
hoping they went after like Jamie Grant.
That would have been awesome.
Obviously, he's been paid.
I think that would have been actually really nice because Keegan wouldn't have to worry about being power forward
Yeah.
rebounding.
Yeah, like Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, they definitely messed up in the offseason.
Well, I mean, they didn't mess up because they were just,
I
injuries.
guess.
Oh, they met.
They just didn't do it.
They didn't capitalize on a perfect opportunity to become
They didn't want to improve.
upper echelon.
They didn't improve on that.
Yeah.
Their flaws.
I mean, how it's standing, assuming, I think the Warriors got better, the Lakers got better,
Spurs got
the
better.
Grizzlies got better,
Spurs got better.
OKC.
OKC is going to get better, and they added some new players. I mean, obviously, like De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis can take leaps, and Keegan
Grizzlies.
Murray, I say Grizzlies, but yeah. But it's just, if you're not constantly looking to add, and like you can't stay. Unless you're Denver, who just won.
The Lakers.
But even
that.
there,
Clippers
you,
got better.
you still got to make sure you're not losing things either.
The Lakers had that issue. They went to the championship, won it, and then they fell off because they just kept the same thing, then they changed it up.
Yeah.
And
Or they changed it up too much.
yeah,
When they brought in Russ,
yeah. You just gotta know the limit.
Yeah.
And it happens in the NFL too.
Yeah, unless you won the championship, you have no excuse to run it back.
Yeah.
Unless you're fine being how you are.
I mean,
Fine in the West.
I guess, or if you're similar to the Clippers and it's just mainly injuries and you're hoping you can stay healthy.
Well, yeah,
Right, I
But,
mean, you can
but
run it back.
Kings were completely healthy.
No, yeah. I'm not saying the Kings are in that, but I'm saying like that's the only excuse you could have.
One
You
thing-
have 2 top 10 players that just won't stay healthy.
Malik Monk should be starting.
Overheard.
I think he's proved especially in the playoffs,
Or
that he should be a starter.
I don't
Even
know, but
for
he
the
was so
top
good.
guy.
He was so good.
that's true. What I could see them doing too, though, is throwing Barnes more as just a vet, like bench player, and putting you can put him amongst the Barnes.
But then
small.
Yeah,
It is smaller,
Way
but
too small.
I could see them doing
I
that.
don't know how tall.
I think it depends on how Keegan
I think
Murray.
Monk's like 6'3".
I think it depends on how Keegan Murray
Oh
rebounding gets you.
He's 6'3". He cannot play small forward.
How about Herder?
I think
Six,
he's
seven.
6'7", but
It says down
he's
there.
like a changer, so it doesn't count. But
So they play Herder, small forward, monkey shooting guard.
But he
Herder's
can't.
not a good defender, you know.
And he doesn't.
But that's the
attack.
problem with the team. They have
Yeah.
no.
They don't-
Besides Davian Mitchell,
Yeah.
who's 6 foot. They
Yeah.
don't really have guys that can lock down.
So like Herder doesn't attack enough to be a small forward, or he actually doesn't attack in general. So you can't be a small forward either. So it's just.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with their guys. I would say
Well,
we should try
they
getting-
know what they're doing, but
Yeah.
they don't know how to
use them
elevate.
correctly.
You know,
Yeah.
it's disappointing. Anyway,
Denver knows how to elevate.
yeah,
Yeah,
Denver's pretty good at that. So,
they are.
um,
They
It's
even
a-
elevate other teams sometimes. When they're
All right,
at
you
home.
can just stop it now. God.
oh, I
Best
hate
part
it.
was I had to explain it.
I don't know how you understand.
Okay, next breakout candidate for me, Tyler Hero. Assuming he gets traded.
I
Maybe
kind of
to,
hope he gets traded.
maybe to like Brooklyn.
I was mad at
or-
the Heat for the last game.
I don't know where he's heading.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm surprised I haven't heard anything about that actually.
But I think wherever he goes, I think he could.
He'll thrive.
Yeah, I mean Miami's great, but not necessarily for a guy like Hero.
And especially they don't play him the last game of the
Like I
conference.
just don't think they. Like after the his rookie year, and then he struggled kind of year two. I don't know. I feel like they kind of gave him a role and told him to stick with it. I think he can do more. Well, I think he deserves the opportunity to do more, and I
That's
think
fair.
he'll get that chance to because of Brooklyn. So yeah, he's a breakout candidate for me.
That's fair. My breakout candidate, he's still a free agent. He for some reason stopped getting minutes from Jason Kidd. Christian Wood.
Yeah.
I think he got. I mean, like I said, he's still a free agent, so obviously it could depend on where he goes. But I could see him getting a spot to where he's going to get those minutes and he can actually do his thing. And I think his defense will improve too.
Well, so I think he realizes now he needs to improve defensively to get minutes, at least rotation minutes for a playoff team. So he has to improve.
Yeah, he does, and I think he will.
We'll see.
I think I only have one more breakout player. Lloyd Market.
Another breakout. Most improved 2 years in a row, baby.
Back-to-back
I
breakout team.
think he's just gonna have another huge leap.
Yeah, he's in the military right now.
Yeah.
Could
He's gonna get stronger.
Bigger.
He could get smarter too.
in the military?
Yeah, the
Basketball
IQ.
I'm saying just in
IQ.
general, which can help your basketball IQ though too. I mean,
Yeah. Just smarter.
just being more intelligent and thinking
Ricky
about
could
things
use
more.
that. Or Rigo Bear.
Not really gay. That's a random name. But I mean, that's a good point. You know,
Just a
Zion Williams.
Yeah, discipline. Exactly. That's kind of what I meant with like his IQ could go because he could be more disciplined.
Yeah, Zion. Health.
Yeah, and just like decision making. Off the court.
Female special.
Oh.
That player.
But yeah, I like the Larry Martin pick to make an extra breakout.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be fun.
It'd be fun for sure.
All right, my next breakout, kind of a homer pick. I'm going J-Dub.
I was expecting that at some point. I was thinking about seeing him.
I mean J-Dub added 20 pounds during I think 23 during the off season.
He's a big fella. now.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean he's prepping to play power forward position.
That's true.
Which also concerns me. I don't think he should be playing that role.
Well, maybe.
Too late.
I mean, what is he? 6'6".
And how he plays, I don't want to be concerned about rebounding.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I think inevitably,
Jay will can play
I think,
power forward.
well, I think Chet would be power forward. Anyway, it's semantics, but
Yeah.
I think inevitably they're going to move Dort to the bench and bring in, if it is Jay Will or maybe a signing or.
I just want Dort to have a starting spot somewhere. I think he's so good.
He is good. He's my favorite player, but he's just not up to par with the rest of the guys, and
Yeah,
kind of in a weird position because he's forced to play small forward, when he is 6'3".
But defensively, if you have Chet Holmgren and Luke Dort on the court at the same time, that is insane because he pushes him down. Chet Holmgren's there.
Yeah, you finally get past Luke Dort, and then you got Chet Holmgren waiting for you at the rim. No,
Yeah,
it's rough. And then even Shea and Jada, they're long and big.
I believe in the OKC Thunder's decision on what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, whatever
They-
Sam Presti does, I believe in him because he's almost never wrong.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Pretty right with a lot of
He's
these.
made one bad decision. I mean, it was pretty freaking bad, but
That's irrelevant. We don't need to talk about it.
that was a while ago. He's improved, you know.
He's gotten
But yeah,
smarter.
I like J Dub. I think his 3-point shooting from the end of the year is
I think
not a fluke. I think he'll shoot around 38 from the
I
30.
think his field goal in general will be improved a lot
Yeah.
from last season to this season.
Yeah, I like J Dub's breakout. Yeah, good stuff. Unless you guys got anything else to talk about.
No, like I said earlier, I could see Kuminga having a good year too with
Oh,
Chris
with Chris
Paul's
Paul.
help. But
No,
I mean, that really just depends on if he actually ends up getting more
Minutes.
mids.
I mean,
and
he's
if he
going
does
to
get traded.
have to play the 5 a lot.
Yeah, from the bench, the bench
Yeah.
5. That's what he did last season too. He played bench 5 and 4. He's gonna improve his rebounding. He's gonna score more.
I have a breakout player.
Did
Joel Embiid.
like
Well,
playoff performance?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Gosh.
been subpar for an MVP in the playoffs.
oh, he was horrible for an MVP. in the
I mean,
playoffs.
do you think he can win another MVP, or do you think people will be like, nah, he can't get the playoffs? Kind of like what they did
I
with
just
Giannis
don't. I just think
before he won.
Jokic is better in the regular season too.
I don't think he's gonna win another one.
Statistically wise,
I don't think Embiid is gonna win another one.
I think he could win a
He's
defensive
so
player of the
good
year.
in the regular season.
I could see him getting a defensive player of the
I think
year.
he'll win it.
I don't think he'll win an MVP though. Another one.
It's just Jokic is just
Yeah, you have Jokic.
more insane.
Yeah.
And then I could see, I mean, I don't think yet, but like I could see Edwards potentially getting an MVP in a few
Anthony.
years.
Okay.
I could see him getting an MVP
Well, no,
for sure.
Holy crap, dude! That is.
I mean, so
I think he's really good. I don't think he's MVP material.
I mean, you got like Jason Tatum,
Devin Booker.
Devin
Booker
Booker's still on the
could be too.
run.
That's true. Luka's still
Jokic is still young.
Jokic. And
Luka, I hope Luka.
Luka,
I hope Luka plays MVP this year.
Trey Young.
Wemby.
I think Edwards is
Maybe
going to
Trae
before Trae Young.
Unless Trey Young has a 35-15 season.
That's true. 40% shit.
Wemby.
Yeah, Wembenyama.
Scoop baby.
I like that. Carlos Boozer.
Marquise
Wait,
McCall.
Carlos.
It's Cameron.
Cameron. I think I just said it there.
Yeah.
You did. Marquise Noel.
Marquise Noel.
It's just unfortunate to say I don't think Ant will win MVP in his career.
Shea.
There's just so many people in front of him.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Hey,
hard.
Ant himself said he's gonna be one of the greatest, and he's playing really well. He's gonna
All
get
right,
there.
John Morant.
He's gonna get there though.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade.
And he's like top.
John Morant said he's better than Michael Jordan. Brandon Miller said he's better than Michael or
No, Brandon Miller just said Paul George.
Yeah. Okay. So
Brandon Miller is clearly not very smart.
NBA players are not smart.
I
What
think
they
he
say.
said that to get drafted to the Hornets.
Oh, he definitely did.
I mean, like I know Jordan loves a little bit of trash talk.
And I know
Yeah, Jordan said that. He said,
Yeah.
I like people that trash talk, and he's the guy that I want to be trash talks the most.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I think it's like if you, it's a risk, but it works. with
Mike is
Jordan.
Mike. I don't know.
Mike, you might go,
Yeah, people are saying that Jordan wanted to screw the Hornets one more time before
I-
leaving. I checked him.
Yeah.
No, I think Miller will be fine.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think Ant will win MVP. Miller will be fine.
Unless Ant makes look good.
The thing is, he has to be insane on assists
Oh,
and
he's just
rebounds.
in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
it.
That's the problem.
What thing also is, he doesn't really have much of a backup center scoring. Except for defensively, he's a really good defense.
defensively.
But rebounds and assists are a big part of being an MVP.
Yeah,
he
he's
does not have that.
He's gotta step in.
He's not. I mean, he's not horrible at that. And he shoots pretty well too.
Name out his rebounds and assists.
Almost 6 rebounds and 4.5 assists.
That's not MVP
Yeah, I think
material.
you'll need to bring that.
Yeah, but well, if you improve
Yeah,
your
yeah.
game, you're gonna
I
improve
know.
that too.
They're
Yeah,
not
yeah. I mean,
classic
he
yet,
just
they
got
are.
steps to take. I think
Well,
we
that's what I'm
saw
saying.
him take a lot of those steps that are necessary, but to win MVP,
He's gotta have a better GM who helps him out.
Yeah, but
Dude.
you got Luca, who's averaging almost a triple
Yeah,
double.
Luca. I definitely think Luca.
Jokic,
Luka could even
is
win
averaging
MVP.
triple double. Joel Embiid.
I think if Mavs make playoffs next year, Luca.
let's talk about them. They made a big move yesterday.
They fire kid.
I
Well, no, they
Kid.
haven't gotten him yet. The Blazers matched with Thibault too, and then they traded for. I guess who did they get in the? They got what's his name? Grant Williams.
yeah, I was not
that
that
trade.
Bible.
Yeah, you were. And then
No one cares about Thibault. Gosh.
I was talking about Grant Williams, but which is huge. He's going to start for them.
yeah, that's true. They don't have any bigs.
Did the Blazers match?
Yeah, they matched like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, which I'm happy with.
As well. But yeah, I mean the Mavs.
But the Mavs still have.
Kyrie and Luca haven't played enough yet together. I think they will do really good this season.
I think
Because
so.
last season,
Yeah,
Luca
I
was
know, so
hurt.
it's unfair to say that
They need
Kyrie and Luca were the problem.
No, I
It's
know
not.
they were.
They were
Yeah, they were the only reason
they were the piece of the
somewhat-
puzzle.
Yeah,
They just don't have anyone else. They're missing every other piece.
Yeah,
they're missing all the corners
Yeah.
and all the other pieces.
Yeah.
and the middle pieces.
They're just that one piece.
They're those
Two pieces.
two pieces just out in the open,
Yeah.
just waiting to be solved.
We got a 15-piece puzzle here. We have 2 of them.
But then Grant Williams is a chunk.
He's a corner.
Derek Lively and Sean Holmes.
Oh, that's true.
I-
And Olivier Maxson.
I'm so happy.
Dude, I love that pick.
I
Yeah,
know.
that I'm so happy that they drafted Derek Lively. I thought they were gonna make a mistake and do a horrible draft and draft some guard again.
A case loss for the original draft.
Yeah, but they got Derek Lively.
I mean, defensive minded.
Yeah, he can play small forward.
But they already have guards, too.
Yeah.
But he can play small forward.
But yeah,
He's got a mindset.
they got some more work to do with the Mavs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as it stands right now, I think they're a playoff team, but in order to get back to where they were,
Kyrie's
They're-
Kyrie. Luca is Luca. They're gonna figure it out. I just
wish they kept Jalen Brunson.
and Spencer.
And
that
it's-
team was just so good. It was just unfortunate.
And they
that
had
he had to
Kristaps
play in
too,
front of
man.
him.
Benny Smith.
And Kristaps.
Steve Smith was insane. He had like 8 threes that one game against the Suns.
Yeah.
They just had to play against insane Stephen Curry. That was
I mean, yes, the Warriors were kind of just destined to win that game.
yeah. There's really nothing.
I mean, I think the freaking average was the third best team in the NBA that year. Oh no, the Heat were actually really good.
He's always really good somehow.
It's just the Bucks. We're there to
But at the end of the
and the
day,
Celtics.
Moves still need to be made by Mavs and other teams, too.
Yeah, there's plenty of teams that can make some big moves.
And there's still plenty of bigger names out there, too. To
the
sign.
Harden domino hasn't fallen. Obviously,
That's
Dame hasn't fallen.
Like I said, Wood's still a free agent, too. And I
Wood,
think he could
whoever
have a
signed
breakout.
Wood, I mean, I
They're getting a great piece.
I think they're going to get an underrated piece for sure.
I don't even know what team would be nice.
No,
Yeah, and then like you said, Siakam seems like he might get traded.
Pelicans.
Pelicans with Wood, I wouldn't mind
That could be nice.
Like him as power forward.
You got Zion Williams.
If he's healthy.
But yeah, even off the bench,
Yeah.
that's your backup.
If he gets minutes. I'm not Jason Kidd what he did. He was off the bench, but he didn't get really minutes.
But I mean, the Pelicans have good defensive players too.
Well, I think
That was
Jason,
the problem with the Mavs. They had no one on defense,
Yeah.
so that
And then they have no bigs in the paint to protect.
well, no, just because he's a genius. Dwight Powell's, I think, one of the greatest centers of all time. You know, he's just that guy.
David,
Yeah, you were
Stay with that. Well, of course we resign. He gets a starting job. You never get a starting job anywhere else.
Why would he not resign?
He's a kid thinks he's a goat or something. I don't even know.
I don't know why Jason Kidd's still a coach, to be honest.
I like Jason.
I think he's a
I
good
think
guard.
given
coach.
an unfair hand last year.
No, he's good guard coach.
I think he's good.
Big wise, he's not very smart.
If you give him a good team, I think he'll be good. You know.
I think any coach is good.
Mike
if you give him a
Budenholzer.
good team.
No, but Mike Budenholzer screwed it up.
Not really. He won a championship.
But he screwed it up last year with arguably his best team. You know, I think with
There's a
saw
lot of
it,
injuries
like
though.
the year before.
There was injuries.
Yeah.
Middleton, Giannis was hurt.
But all the games Giannis played, they lost. Still.
Yeah.
You know? And the one game that one of the games he didn't play, they won.
I also think Drew Holiday kind of sold in that.
Oh, yeah.
Series. He
But-
was terrible.
But in general, he didn't make any
Yeah.
adjustments, and that's why he got fired. But
Yeah.
Jason Kidd, the last time we saw him with a good roster, they were in the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be a good coach, you gotta be able to coach.
Well, that's the thing.
Like
He's
Steve
not-
Kerr, Greg Popovich.
He's not an elite coach.
To be fair, those are also like the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, but they're like a top 5 discussion.
Yeah.
But
With Spo too, who also makes stuff out of nothing.
yeah. But I mean, Jason
So,
Kidd's
yeah.
not that coach. But if you put a good team around him, I think he's a good coach. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I think he's a good guard coach. I just don't think he knows how to work with bigs.
Yeah. Also, he hasn't had. Was he coaching for Zingas for somewhere else?
No,
I don't know.
that was the year before he came.
Yeah. But
The other question though is Jason Kidd doing the coaching or is Luka doing the coaching?
well, that's also I think something.
Which could be for go either way for them too.
Well, I mean, Jason Kidd's a defensive mastermind, kind of.
I feel like you say that about every head coach.
Me?
Yeah. I swear every time you name every head coach, you're like,
I just said
You know what
Jordan with the offensive mastermind.
that's true.
He's like the masterminds.
I like the mastermind.
You like the you like the defensive one more though.
Yes. In general, I like defensive masterminds. Tom Thibodeau. I'm there.
Okay.
But
God.
okay, I almost let
My
you move
brain
on that one.
cells are hurting.
Spoelstra, he's known for his defense.
He's
He's known for being one of the greatest coaches ever.
I know, but his trademark is his defense.
he's that undrafted mastermind.
Exactly.
You know?
Brings up that.
Wait, he didn't get drafted?
Gosh, Marvin. Ruined the story of it.
No, and then Steve. No, he's totally off that.
And
Greg Popovich, arguably the greatest coach of all time.
He's just the greatest coach mastermind.
Yeah, he's just a coach. He's just
The
a
coach mastermind.
He's just a basketball.
But he's best on defense.
Yeah. But every coach, or
Anyway.
I would say almost 50% of the coaches in the NBA got taught by like Greg Popovich.
I think it's
So many of them have.
I think the
taught by-
majority of the head coaches in the NBA
Yeah.
were at one point with.
Wasn't
Mike Budenholzer was. I know that.
yeah
Will Hardy was.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Amy Udoka.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure
Steve Kerr was.
Willie Green. What is his name? For the Pelicans.
Yeah,
Willie Green was.
I think he was. He was
He
like,
might have
he was
been.
like the assistant or something.
Yeah, he might.
Cause he's so young right now.
Well, so I know. So he assistant did for the Pelicans. Or
yeah.
not the Pelicans. The
The-
Suns. And Monty Williams came from the Spurs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mike Brown and John Gavon too.
Oh
They
yeah.
both were Greg Popovich.
Greg Popovich coaching trees on that.
Yeah.
He's just a mastermind, you know?
Yeah.
He's the master of mastermind. That's how we're gonna
Following research, there appears to be at least 46 active NBA, WNBA, NCAA, G League, EuroLeague, and FIBA coaches that all that went under him. Yes.
That's crazy.
So many, bro. And they're all over the place. It's insane. You just
Well, I don't know what else to discuss right now.
Greg Popovich or
yeah, Taylor Jenkins too. Doc Rivers. It's crazy. I mean, basically every coach out there is at some point was affiliated with him. It's insane.
I think Greg Popovich is better than Phil Jackson.
I think so.
Because Phil Jackson had the second greatest team of all time, while Greg Popovich made his team great.
He made his team.
Manu, Tony Parker, David Robinson.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan was #1 pick, so he
Yeah,
should
so
have
is
been good.
Dunker, so is David Robinson.
But he didn't.
Yeah, but he was
He
really
inherited.
bad.
Yeah, but still.
But yeah. But no,
Yeah, because he's in the army.
he was. What a crazy story.
And he was actually really bad for like the first 2 seasons he played. I remember I watched something about Greg Popovich talking about it. And then they got Tim. So he was a lot better than Manu and Tony, and that's when they started thriving. That was towards the end of David Robinson's
Manu?
career.
Tony Kemper.
David Robinson's first 2 seasons were pretty good. He averaged 12 rebounds and 13 rebounds with 24 points and 25.5 points, with 4 blocks and 1.5 steals. That's pretty good. That's his first 2 seasons. That's actually.
I guess it was the army
That's
that
actually
took him away.
insane.
I guess it was the army that took him away because he didn't play the NBA for 3 years
Yeah.
because the army.
Yeah.
So I guess I was just thinking of that not having a really career.
Maybe like.
I kind of just got it mixed up. I guess.
His last few seasons were pretty bad. Like his last 4 seasons.
He won the championship, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
He
he
won
was.
2, didn't he? Or did he just?
he won 1. No, he won 2. He won 2.
Yeah.
Tim has 4 rings.
5.
Yeah, 5. He won 2 with David, and
He was
then
1 Ray Allen shot away from
Yeah.
6-0 in the finals.
Yeah.
He would have been top 3 all time. Like I think people would have started considering him.
People barely even consider him like just
top 5.
for him being a player.
He should be top 5.
It's because he's like unheard of still.
Well, it's just
Like,
because he's so quiet and
Yeah.
he's so like fundamental. He's not like he never has like anything flashy or anything.
he's the
either.
fundamental mastermind.
Well, yeah, like
Well, he is the big fundamental for a reason.
think of a guy like Charles Barkley. If he was on TV every day,
You would not know that guy.
No, I would not.
you would know of him.
You would know him of The Last Dance.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
except for-
Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Follow the Insta. Peace.